Go ahead.
We're here with head coach Tyrone Wheatley. Davenport wins tonight 32-3. First of all, your overall thoughts on the game.
Oh, man. Where do I start? Overall thoughts of the game is, you have to take your hats off to Davenport. Sparky has done a great job of building that team and getting it in his likeness, right? And where I got to get this team. I got to get this team. We got to get. We're not consistent. We'll start off and we'll hit some big plays. We look good, and then we just, at the moment of truth, we just blow a gasket, whether it be offensively, defensively, or special teams. And we just got to continue working our way through that. We play great in spurts, right? Spurts. Play really good in spurts, but you have to put a complete game together. And that's where I have to figure out how to consistently get those guys to consistently play that way.
You look at the stat sheet right off the bat, jumps out 5 turnovers, 5 interceptions. I mean, sometimes could it be just as simplistic as that? They could turn it over 5 times. It's going to be tough to beat anybody, let alone this 19.
But so yes, but as they say, as you look inside the numbers, you got to look inside the numbers, right? You look at the 5 turnovers, but you look at those 5 turnovers. One turnover, the one where he just threw the ball in the middle of the field for an interception, where was his eyes? Where, that's where I'm talking about consistency. I have to be consistent in getting them to play consistent. What's your read? Just don't be back there throwing the ball haphazardly, right? On a bunch of our routes, the in-breaking routes where the receivers didn't come back to the ball. They just turned, and they guys did a great job of jumping the ball. Well, coach, why are you throwing those routes? Those are great route, man-to-man beaters, right? You get separation, but you just can't turn and stop. You have to come back to the ball. As we say, chest pump the quarterback. But the message has to be consistent. And it is consistent, but we just have to be consistent and monotonous of just hammering home every single day. And so at that moment, you fall to the level of your preparation, right? And then just be honest with you, they just outplayed us today.
If somebody just looked at the score 32-3, they would say, Wayne State was never in the game. I thought the key moment of the game was in the second quarter. You had them pinned, you pick off a pass. After you kick the field goal, Griff made the long field goal. It's 17-3. If you score a touchdown there, it's a 1-score game. You got the momentum on the next exact play. You throw a pick right back. I thought that was the key sequence of the game.
Well, not only just that. I will even go before that. You had a field goal block, right? You have a field goal block, field goal attempt block. But then, like you say, you come back and one of our guys that's one of the better athletes on our team that you expect to make that play, just got outplayed. And I think one of the biggest things, and I'll be just honestly and truthful, we just got outplayed today. Our guys did not show up, and our guys didn't play. And so people can look at me and say, well, I'm the coach, and I have to get them ready, and I do. And you know what? Every loss I will take the responsibility for that loss. But you know what, though? I was a player as well. And sometimes you have to go home and look at yourself in the mirror and say, what was my contribution, right? What was my contribution? And so these guys have to understand, last year, they were in there almost every game. But the same little bad incidents and mistakes continue to rear its ugly head. And you can either do one or two things, right? Change the player, right? Change the player. Mm-hmm. Get better players in here, get guys in here that's going to do what you want them to do, exactly how you wanted to do it, and not be afraid to compete. Or B, get very simplistic in something that they can handle, and then, oh God, people understand, so we know that was coming. So, that's kind of where we are right now. But there's no giving up. We're going to fight. We're going to continue to play hard football.
How big, it takes the season in segments, but how big are these last 4 games? 3 on the road, 1 at home. You're playing 2 top 5 teams in Grand Valley and Farish. You're playing a pretty good team in Saginaw. Northern Michigan struggling a little bit right now, but still always a tough place to play up there at the Superior Dome, as we know. But how big is it program-wise to keep getting better, especially after tonight, keep getting better these last 4 games?
I mean, you hit a very interesting topic when you talk about program rise. And I told them tonight was a pivotal moment, not only in just the program, but the program history, meaning, there's a turning point. At some point in time in every adult's life, there's a turning point where something hits you in the face and you say, hey, listen, I don't like this. I'm either going to change it, or you can sit and say, well, I had the circumstances. It's keeping me from moving forward. The circumstances, well, once again, today was a turning point. And so we can look at this loss and say, well, here we go again, these next 4 games, or we can turn and say, hey, listen, we're tired. We're tired. I'm tired of getting beat in a coverage, too deep coverage. I'm tired of turning the wrong way on a cover 3 dip. I'm tired, right? So it's a turning point. It is a turning point in which the guys have to sit down amongst themselves as players and look themselves in the mirror and say, what do we have to do as players to turn this thing? There is no call that we call out there that's going to leave a guy wide open. There's no call. There's no offensive call to where we say throw it to the opposite jersey. There's no call out there, right? There is no call out there. We practice. We walk them through things. We take them through things, right? So when you ask how important these next 4 games are, these next 4 games are vital. Vital for this program and the program history moving forward. And like I just said, either A, it's time for me either to get guys in here that can do it, and find the guys that want to be here that can do it.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck next week.
Thank you.